Hello, Caldwell ISD parents, and welcome to the new school year. As many of you know, as of August, we've already had many things happening on the campuses, and we're so excited to see the kids participating, and we're off to a great start. For today, I would like to talk to you about the instruction and in the two models that we have for Caldwell ISD. We have the at-home instruction model, and then we also have the on-campus instruction model. Okay, and for the purposes of today, I want to focus in on the on-campus instruction model because many of you are asking questions about what is it going to look like when my child goes to school. Are we changing some things up? Are we going to make sure we keep our distance? Those types of things. Well, just to let you know, our campus administrators and our teachers have been working really hard to make sure that they come up with and we come up with solid plans to make sure that teachers and students stay safe and that the risk factors are reduced in having to do with COVID. To let you know, TEA, Texas Education Agency, requires school districts to do four things when we start talking about on-campus instruction. The first thing is, there's four of them. The first one is prevention, the second one is mitigation, the third one is response, and then the fourth one is provide notice. And today, the providing notice is what I'm doing today, and then we will go through a few things in regards to the on-campus instruction. Okay, parents, let's get right to it. In order to be able to find the instructional model that I want to be able to focus on today, we start out with the Caldwell ISD homepage. If we toggle over district, you will see where it says Strong Start 2020-2021 instructional models. Click on that. What you will see here, it says Strong Start Instruction Models 2020-2021. There are two buttons. There's Caldwell ISD at-home instruction, and then there's Caldwell ISD on-campus instruction. Again, we're going to focus in on-campus instruction only. Click on that. You will see from here, you have on the left-hand side, you have information for CES, CIS, the elementary and intermediate. And on the right-hand side, you have information for the secondary campuses, the junior high and the high school. The top left is our mitigation procedures for the elementary and intermediate. And below that, you will have a section that's parent question and answer guide. And for the secondary campuses, it mirrors that as well. You have the mitigation procedures that we have for the junior high, high school, and we also have the parent question and answer guide. So if you have children in either one of the campuses, this is how you'll end up seeing the information that you need to know, okay, how's school going to be run with my child at school? Okay, if you click on it, on the Caldwell Elementary and Intermediate Mitigating Procedures for Students Learning on Campus, it has the same format as the secondary one. So let's just kind of look at that. You start out with general requirements. It provides you general information in regards to what we are doing and how we are doing it. As you can see here, it's got the information for close contact, what close contact is, and the definition is right below that. And I want to focus in on that briefly. Close contact is defined as being directly exposed to infectious secretions, for example, being coughed on, or being within 6 feet for a cumulative duration of 15 minutes. Okay, if that happens, if they're within 6 feet for a cumulative duration of 15 minutes, then there are other factors that we have to consider. For example, additional factors like case contact masking, was the person that's infected and other people around them, were they wearing their masks? And then was there proper ventilation, presence of dividers, and so it's, in essence, it's going to be a case-by-case matter, and it's going to be looked at very closely. Other information that you have there, the next area is masks. What we are doing for masks. As you can see, staff members will be required to wear a mask and or face shield at all times. And this specifically goes into what the elementary is going to do, and then the intermediate will be wearing masks at all times. And as you can see, the next one goes a little bit into when the students will not be wearing them, when it's, for example, for during PE or athletics. You have procedures for entry to the building. You have changing classes and transitions. You have lunch procedures. You have restroom procedures. You have dismissal procedures. So all of this information is essential, parents, for you to review and to know prior to the first day of school. And then also, parents, this information is directly for you in regards to your own children. And it just says, in evaluating whether an individual has symptoms consistent with COVID, these are the things that you would need to consider when your child is at home. And it's got a list of different things to be on the lookout for, because again, we want to make sure that your child, as well as all the other children, are safe here at school. The most important part about this information is, if your child has any of these following symptoms, please contact a school nurse to determine the next steps regarding their educational setting. Because if something does come up, the nurse is able to visit with you in regards to what the next steps are. If for some reason there is a person that is confirmed or suspected to have COVID-19, there are return to school criteria that we will follow. And we have a team that looks over each different situation, but this right here is the return to school criteria, and you can read through that. And here in this first bullet, it kind of goes very, very specific into what needs to happen before the student or the adult will be back on campus. Then we go to the junior high school on-campus mitigation procedures. The format is exactly the same as elementary and intermediate. We have general requirements, same definition of close contact, information regarding masks. We have procedures for entry to the building. We have changing classes or transitions. Secondary campuses usually call it passing periods. We have lunch procedures. We have restrooms. We have dismissal procedures. And the same thing here. If you suspect that your child has symptoms of COVID-19, please review those. And if you have questions, please contact the nurse, the campus nurse, to determine the next steps. And then also the information in regards to return to school criteria is also listed. Okay. One thing that I would like you to see is any additional questions that you have should be directed to info@caldwellisd.net. And any general questions with answers will be posted as well. If you have specific questions to your individual situation or individual child, please direct those to the campus administration. We come back, and down here, this is where you see the Q&A. Right now, there are some questions that the principals predicted they may come up, and so they've already provided some specific answers for you. Any additional questions that you have, if they are general questions, they will be added to this list and reposted. There are two other things that I would like to discuss with you. The first one is, again, as I remind you that one of the requirements that we have is to provide notice. As I stated earlier, that there will be a letter that will be going out to everyone. Right here, English parent letter, COVID-19 prevention, mitigation, and response procedures. If you click on that, this is the letter that you will receive during Chromebook distribution day, during that week. This is the letter that you will receive. This is the general information in regards to our procedures for our prevention, our mitigation, and our responses to what we're going to do with COVID, or in response to COVID situations. This is general guidance. But what I explained to you earlier, that's the specific plan. and it's also in English and Spanish. The second letter that I'd like to talk to you about is the parent letter for confirmation of COVID-19 on campus. If and when we have a positive case of COVID-19 on a campus, the district is required to provide notice to parents, students, staff, that there has been a positive case on the campus. Okay. Caldwell ISD, we've decided to provide notice to everyone in the district if a case comes up on any one of the 4 campuses. Or I guess it's 3 campuses now, middle school and high school will be considered together since they're under the same roof. But if a case comes up on any campus, you will be getting this letter. This letter simply states that there has been a positive case. It does not mean that there has been close contact or that your child has been in close contact with another student that has tested positive. If close contact is determined, you will receive a phone call from the district nurse. As you can see down here, if you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to the district nurse, Tracy Ayers. Only those people that have come in close contact will receive a phone call. So again, parents, as you receive this letter, it is only to let you know that there's been a positive case at one of the campuses in the district. Again, if you have questions about that, don't hesitate to call the district nurse, Tracy Ayers, for more specific information. And the letter is also in English and it is in Spanish as well. And as a final reminder, parents, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email us at info@caldwellisd.net for any general questions. If you have specific questions, please contact the campus administration. Thank you so much and welcome to the new school year.